Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 356. In this episode, you're gonna hear from Dr. Wendy O'Connor. And Dr. Wendy worked as a clinical psychologist for 15 years. And now she helps entrepreneurs to create the work and life that they love. So we talk about all sorts of amazing things in the last episode. If you want to thrive, last episode, go back and listen to Dr. Wendy. It's so good. And today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why Dr. Wendy is so badass. But before we get to that, for anybody listening who is struggling with productivity, I hear you. I'm going to be the first to raise my hand. I feel like I used to be like a workhorse. I used to be able to power through and get things done. And this last year or so, it just hasn't been that way. So if you're not feeling productive, I can feel your pain. So I've been reading this book called Feel Good Productivity. And the author, Ollie, says that success doesn't create happiness. However, happiness can create success. And I thought that was so interesting. And it's like, what are different ways that we can do the things we have to do every single day? Maybe it's at work, you don't like what you're doing and it's boring to you, or you're tired of it. That's okay. What can you do to make it a little bit of fun? He talked about playing some music. When he didn't want to do something when he was a doctor, he would play Lord of the Rings music to like get him pumped up. So maybe you could play some music or you can make a game out of it. Do something just a little bit different in those daily habits that you don't want to start. Then you do it a little bit different, make it a little bit more fun, and maybe you'll be more productive. So I am learning right along with you here because sometimes we go through ebbs and flows, right? We might be so productive and then the next day, not productive at all. That's okay. It's like being a badass is just getting back on track and trying again, even though it feels hard. So, yeah, so far I'm listening to that book on Audible and I really like it and I would totally recommend it. But with that, let's go ahead and dive into the episode.
Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass. Whether you're ordinary or badass, I am so glad you're here. Today, you're going to hear 3 reasons why Dr. Wendy is so badass. So the first reason is because she's a fearless pioneer of self-design. Second reason is for defying the shackles of fear. And number 3 is for her cake theory. So let's just dive right into it. It's so yummy. Okay, maybe I just said that because I thought of her cake theory. Okay, continue on. I digress. Number 1, her fearless pioneer of self-design. Dr. Wendy went from feeling trapped to creating a life of her own design. And I love that. Sometimes you might not grow up in the right circumstances. You might not have a good family or good people around you. It might be a hard childhood. And so coming from that, you have the option. You can stay and you can blame all the people around you, everybody who brought you up. You can blame your family. You can blame the circumstance. You can be the victim. And it sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucks when you're not handed a good hand in life, right? And as a kid, you couldn't do anything about it. But now that you're adult and you're a badass because you're listening to this podcast, you can do something about it, right? And Dr. Wendy did something about it. She grew up in a childhood, she said, in an environment where it was a stressful environment. It wasn't good for a kid. Maybe that was my interpretation of it. She said it was an intense environment and she just didn't ever feel like she could be herself. And it wasn't till she left and went to college that she was like, ooh, this is good. And she enjoyed life, being away from the tense environment she was raised in. And it sounds like that completely changed her life. But when she was growing up in that environment, She remembers thinking, there has got to be something more here. This can't be all there is. So Dr. Wendy said once she got away from the house, once she got away from that environment she grew up in, she realized that she gets to create what she wants her life to be. And she doesn't have to listen to what other people say. She doesn't have to let the like her childhood define her. She doesn't have to let that be her whole life. She was purposeful and made a change because she wanted more. She felt that yearning for something more, for something to be different. She took the bull by the horns and took action. Sometimes you just have to listen to that feeling. You don't have to know how, actually, a lot of times, right? A lot of times you don't have to know how you're going to do it. You don't have to know all of the steps. You just have to know the first step. And then after you figure out the first step, figure out the second, and then the third, and so on. Figure it out one step at a time. Dr. Wendy said she's not wired to settle for discomfort. So when she notices that she's not feeling the same excitement that she started with, or for her work, she didn't feel the same excitement being a clinical psychologist. So then she said, something's got to give. And she made a change. I'm here to tell you that bitching and moaning about something is 10 times easier than actually making the change. It feels 10 times easier, but is it actually? No, it's not, because you're putting yourself through misery. You're creating your own despair. So it's up to you. You can continue on as you are, and that's your choice, but you're just putting yourself through misery the whole time. When if you just say, something's got to give, I got to make a change here because I'm not happy, or start telling yourself that you're not wired for discontent, you're not willing to settle for discontent, then maybe things will change. And it's that first step that always seems to be so hard, or taking the leap, taking the jump, or as my friend Mike Bechtel said, when you're moving past your comfort zone, just dip your toe over the edge. It doesn't have to be a leap. So you can do any of those things. But listen to Dr. Wendy and take the mindset that you're not somebody who settles for discontent. So sometimes it's hard. It feels impossible to stretch, to do something different than you've done, whether it was you being raised that way or we get in these habits or lifestyles. It's like, oh, I've done it this way for 10 years. How am I going to change now? Well, you're the type of person that doesn't settle for discontent. So you can make the change. So where in your life are you not feeling happy? Is it your work? With your relationships? With your finances? Look at where you're not feeling happy, and then try to brainstorm ideas of what you can do to bring joy to that, to make you feel happy again. Or if it's something you need to pivot or change, note that. But we don't have to stay in a state of discontent. You have way more power than you know. The second reason why Dr. Wendy is so badass is for defying the shackles of fear and anxiety. We just talked about her hard childhood, right? She did not let that define her. Instead, she said, nope, that's not how I want my life to be. So she figured out a way to make a change. She stopped living in this place of fear. She stopped feeding into the anxiety. The longer you've been taught something, or the longer your body has felt something, the harder it can be to stop, or to find a new way to navigate or to think, because you've only learned one way. But Dr. Wendy, she did it. She made the change. And why it's so badass is because it shows Dr. Wendy's resilience. Not only does it show her resilience, but it shows her inner strength. It took strength to get through that and to push through and say, I want something different for myself. What do you want different for yourself? Maybe write down if there's something that doesn't make you happy, something you don't like, or you're doing one thing and it just doesn't align with you, or something feels off. What else would you rather be doing? Ask yourself these types of questions. Take the people that you hear from on this podcast, the people, the guests that are so badass. Take what they say and apply it to your life. If there's a method they use, take that and use it and apply it. So Dr. Wendy found a way out of fear and anxiety, which means you can too. And Dr. Wendy overcoming fear and anxiety was also cool because it set her on a path of self-discovery. She got to figure out who she really was and what she really wanted. And instead of letting her childhood ways define her, she made a change and made a difference in her life so she doesn't have that fear and anxiety. I think that it's understated how much anxiety can really affect your body. It's like it can take a huge toll. Stress, anxiety really can take a huge toll and lead to disease. So moving away from that stress and anxiety is huge. And it's not to say she would never feel it again. It's a human emotion. We're gonna feel stress. We're gonna feel anxiety. We're gonna feel fear. But what do we do after that? Once we feel it, what do we do? Or what are things we can put in place to try to mitigate it so we don't have fear and anxiety as often? Maybe start doing some yoga. Hot yoga, I prefer, which is hilarious, by the way, because I don't even like a spa or a sauna. I don't like a sauna. I like a spa. Okay. Anyway, but what can you do? What can you put in place that will have you, what can you put in place that will help you have less anxiety? And also, Dr. Wendy moving away from fear, moving away from anxiety, also is a sign of self-growth. It shows she has the capacity to grow. She has the words. She has the capacity to grow. She has the capacity for self-improvement. She's not going to just stay stagnant. So every time you teach yourself these lessons or you go through these lessons and you learn from them, then it can help you on the next lesson. Next time you're feeling fear, anxiety, or stuck or whatever the thing is, then it's like, okay, I moved past this before. I can move past this again. After all, you're a badass. You can do hard things. You're willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations where other people aren't. Okay, number 3 is my favorite. Dr. Wendy is so badass because of her cake theory. Dr. Wendy said that women, we think that we should either be happy enough as we are and stop wanting more, just be grateful for what we have, or proceed to a life that's kept and we're not content along the way. And she said they can't be fulfilled, happy, excited along the way. They have to be one or another. So are you going to proceed to a life that's not content? Or are you just going to choose to be grateful and think that you need to be so happy right as you are? Dr. Wendy says you can want more and life can be greater than you ever imagined it could be. And so then I had made a comment to her like, oh, you can have your cake and eat it too? That kind of thing. And Dr. Wendy said, yes, you can have your cake and eat it too, and then eat it again, and then make a new one. So have all the tasty, delicious, yummy goodness in your life that you can. Take it from Dr. Wendy. As we said earlier, don't settle for discontent. Just have an amazing life. Have all the good things you want in your life. So you don't have to choose between being content now or having greater goals than where you are right now. You can just be. You can strive for more and be happy with what you have. That's fine. Dr. Wendy encourages it. Remember, have your cake and eat it too again and again and again, and then make some more. And Dr. Wendy's approach, I like it because it's more of a holistic approach. It's saying that you can pursue your dreams and have gratitude at the same time. You can have it all. You can have fulfillment, and yet you can still aspire to do other things if that's what you want to do. Don't let somebody else, like their limiting beliefs, stop you from having the life that you want to have. Okay, 3 reasons why Dr. Wendy is so badass. 1 is for being a fearless pioneer of self-design. 2 is for defying the shackles of fear. And 3 is for her cake theory. With that, we'll end our show. Tell the badass women out there staying in the arena, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, own it and get after it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future Spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.